How's it going, everybody? My name is Dylan. I'm here with Yahoo Esports. I've got Zuna and McIntyre here, both on Team Naventic, who recently signed, used to be Bob Ross. Tell me a little bit about you guys forming.
We started forming last year at BlizzCon. My team had pretty disappointing results at BlizzCon, so I felt like
Tempo Storm, right?
Yeah, Tempo Storm at the time. But I felt like I wanted to make a team with people I really like and people that understand me, and we want to just play and have the same goals. So I just got people who I thought thought the same way. So I got 3 people that were free agents at the time, and as I think that's one thing is like kind of a pretty big risk compared to everyone else, because everyone's like, oh, they haven't played, so like why would you expect them to do good? But I was just like, I'm just gonna take who I like and we'll just go over there.
All right, I'm gonna ask McIntyre here. What do you think Zuna's biggest strengths are as a shot caller?
He definitely gets our whole team behind him, which is really good as a shot caller if everyone's listening. I actually have the hardest time listening to him, and he gets on me a lot about it. Try to make plays for the team. Sometimes it's wrong, other times it can be good. But I think that's his best strength, is that everybody trusts in him, and because we all trust in him, we don't back down. We all commit, and hesitation in heroes is I mean, in MOBAs in general, is just a terrible thing.
So what is it like to be the shot caller?
I'd say one thing, it's really good, besides when my team doesn't listen, I get tilted, but I think the best thing is I really watch every other region to see if I can try and learn stuff of how they play and how they do rotations. So it's definitely good too, because like the way I play is usually really aggressive, and when I have my team behind me, I feel really comfortable. And if my team trusts me and we all do the same thing, even if I make a mistake or whatever, it's more just like, oh, we made a mistake, but as long as we don't keep making mistakes, we'll still win.
You guys are going to Korea. Are you pumped?
Yeah, pretty pumped.
So internationally, I gotta ask you, what teams do you respect from Korea, EU, China? Who are you looking forward to playing?
I'd say the 2 best teams right now is probably MVP Black and E-Star, but lots of the other Korean teams have been rising up to MVP Black level.
Okay, so no European teams.
I don't know. There's so many European teams, and they're all about like on the same level. I'd say the top 4 of them. So it's really hard to say.
Yeah.
It's hard to say this team's good and this team's not, because next week they could change.
Right, they've had a ton of roster changes at the top for a while now. So you guys play this game all the time, every day, huge part of your life. Do you think that the meta is in a healthy place right now? Do you think that Blizzard needs to make changes?
I think the meta's pretty good right now. I don't think like whatever meta it is, as long as it's not too stale, then it's always fine, and they can always change it, so it's not a big deal. I think the bigger problem is that the solo queue right now is really lacking, and that you're making way too many balance updates before a big patch or a big tournament. So like, I really would like it if it was a patch for at least 1 month, or there's a test private server that you can at least play on to practice from the old patch or something like that. I think those are bigger concerns.
Yeah, I would agree with the solo queue is a big deal. They just have to do something about that. I think that will help a lot of players. But as far as like meta goes, I think Heroes is actually in a pretty good place. There's so many options right now. It's hard to ban people out of comps because there's so many flexible slots. It's more at this point just like targeted bans. Like, what do we not want them to play, rather than, like hero specific, right? Rather than, let's ban them out of a melee assassin comp. Like, that's much harder to do now. So I'd say the meta it's fun, it's flexible.
So at the top for a while now, it's been Bob Ross, Naventic, Cloud9, Tempo, and Cognitive. What do you think sets you apart from those 3 other teams?
I'd say the biggest thing is that all of us on my team can play multiple heroes. I think we have the biggest hero pool out of any other team. And not just that, I think we take the game to the next level with draft and how we play.
Yeah, I would say a lot of that comes from our team's confidence. All of us are, like Zuna said, really strong on all different characters, and we believe in not only ourselves but our teammates to play those characters to the highest level.
Yeah,
so
having confidence in your team is important.
Yeah.
What is the day in the life of someone on Naventic? What is the routine your team usually practices?
For me, I wake up randomly and I live off of naps, as you can tell. And I'll read a book. I read light novels, so I'll read for like 4 hours, and then I'll Hero League for a couple hours, and then I'll go back to sleep, wake up, scrim, and then go back to sleep.
Off to sleeping.
Yeah,
okay.
His reading is where his mechanics come from. Okay. According to him. For me, I just kind of knock out all my life things in the morning, and then we start scrimming. Once I finish scrims, I play Hero League at nighttime. That's kind of it for me. We go over replays sometimes. We like to talk about draft usually before scrims, but we usually like going into scrims with like a plan, right? We don't just go into scrims aimlessly, which I think a lot of teams do. Just like, let's just play. You don't get good practice that way. So I think that's one thing our team does well.
What has been your favorite moment in Heroes of the Storm so far?
I was on a team, Barrel Boys, a long time ago, and Symbiote Gaming, which is now Tempo Storm, was undefeated. And we had this crazy Haunted Mines game. It was a best of one, came out of nowhere with a really aggressive, like, at the time, it was like Tassadar Tyrande. No one played it. Like, it was crazy. And, you know, they aced us. They got on 100. It was on Haunted Mines. They got on 100 Skull Golem, which at the time was, if you got 100 Skull, the game was like over.
GG.
And Glorong came out of the bushes. We were hiding in the bushes. My teammate now, Urho, he was on my team. He caught him on Diablo. I was playing Kerrigan. I comboed him. And we just rushed their core as the 100 Skull was rushing ours. And we end up killing their whole team, and we're racing the golem, and we win with 2% on our core.
Wow.
And it was like the first time people had beat Symbiote, and it was just a great experience. I think that was probably my favorite experience so far.
I would say the greatest moment was probably the third qualifier in last BlizzCon. We won all of them, and we only lost one game, so winning the last one and not losing a game at all for the qualifier was probably the best moment I had.
I want to thank you guys for coming, and I look forward to your matches.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.